everybody, Allegra here. I am on my morning walk and I am super pumped. My endorphins are flowing. I'm excited to share with you what we are doing this week at home with our chores. The weather has cleared up. I've been wanting to get to these jobs for days and it's finally clear weather. So I'm really excited. What you're gonna see in this video is me putting together a design for our new home for our hens. We're new time chicken tenders. So we're getting hens, we're building a coop, and we're gonna make it as predator proof as possible. So you'll see my kind of concept that I'm working on right now. And then I am gonna be dismantling the old outhouse. It has been a thorn in my side. I'm actually gonna have to make an entire new video devoted to that outhouse. So that'll come later, but you're gonna see me demolish that thing and use the materials for the new hen house. And then I have some other work that I want to do around the yard, getting ready for spring and starting up our homestead, which we are just so excited to do. We want to take you on the ride. So if you want to see kind of a sneak peek into what we're doing for the upcoming week, follow me on Instagram at Allegra Rose Brown, and that'll also post over to Facebook if you use Facebook. And number one, definitely check my What's New blog, and you'll see all the updates of what we're doing around the yard and the cabin and with my artwork. So let's get started. Let's head to the studio. You'll see my design and concept for the upcoming chicken coop. So let's go. The design I'm working on is based on your suggestions, so I want to thank you all for letting me know your thoughts about building a chicken coop and just some nice advice and ideas that you all had in my last video. So I am going to be working on really predator proofing this thing. So I took some ideas, and I like to refer back to this video. It's a predator proof chicken coop video by Almost Homestead, and that's kind of what my design is based on as far as the predator proofing, a little bit of the look of it, but I'm gonna have a walk-in shed. So I want to be able to walk in but also have access from both inside and outside to where the hens are, being able to clean, have their little space elevated inside, and hardware clothed up the yin yang all around, top, bottom, everywhere. Oh, and of course lighting and good cross ventilation so that they can breathe properly. I know they have respiratory issues. The next step I did the other day was begin to dismantle the old outhouse, and I kind of touched upon that in the beginning. When I initially made that outhouse, it wasn't a terrible idea, although I have to admit I was trying to reinvent the wheel. I'll get into it in a future video. This thing needed to come down, and I needed the parts. And look at all of the awesome material that I'm getting. So much wood and great torque screws. Awesome. Another cool thing is I got a bunch of hardware cloth that nobody was using, and I was able to use that. I'm still going to need to buy more, but anything helps. Once I was kind of finished for the day, actually my drill ran out of power, so I had to go charge up the battery, and I decided to move on to some other chores, which was pretty much gardening and a couple of other things. So I got my peas in the ground. That's exciting. I love growing peas. It's very satisfying, and they're so good. They're the best peas you'll ever have. I love using rabbit manure. It's like pretty much my favorite fertilizer. And I'm also experimenting with leaf mold, and kind of like I'm gonna do like a back to Eden approach with the garden. And so I'm just kind of experimenting. I want to see how some of the natural material around the forest here will work to add to my compost and also to use as a mulch on top of what I plant. As you can see, my cardboard hoarding is going really well. I take as much tape off as I can before I lay it on the ground. But I actually have found if I take all the tape off of one side and then, take as much off that's easy, but sometimes the tape is a pain. So I just lay it out, and after a rain, it comes off so easily. So that's my new tactic with that, time saver. I moved some stuff to the upper garden, so we're moving the garden that used to be downhill, which is where the chickens are going to be, and I'm moving the garden up the hill. After working, it's so satisfying to just sit and look around and daydream about how this place is going to be in this kind of late spring and summer. It's going to be amazing. Finally, I was able to get some signs made for the road. We have lots of kind of off roads. So, to give directions to the wood chip delivery people, I had to make this sign to point them in the right direction. And yeah, I'm getting wood chips. So, we are making great progress. It's very exciting. The next step in a couple days is we are going to be cutting down lots of trees. So, that's going to be a really good thing to have happen around here, because in order to move on with some things, being able to move the garden and everything, so a bunch of trees need to come down, and then trees need to come down for the chicken coop as well. Okay, I think that is good for today's video. I have my drill charged up, so I'm gonna finish taking apart the outhouse, and then I'm gonna start putting together the hen house portion of the chicken coop. So by the next video, hopefully that will be well on its way and you can see the progress there. And that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.